is Josh with K4CO Radio, sitting here with Sarah Duke, our Vice President. And man, it has been an interesting Saturday. We've had quite a few interviews going on.
It's all good.
It's all good. But thank you very much for tuning in. Absolutely, absolutely love it. We are sitting here with a wonderful guest. Sarah, why don't you introduce who we are?
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I know we've had a wonderful day. This is our second interview. And man, we've had so many great interviews. Another wonderful singer that will perform live today. If you are listening on the app, thank you for tuning in. And we are Facebook Live, K4CO Radio, and on Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. So we're all over the place if you would like to join and listen live. This is a performance and an interview you don't want to miss. So without further ado, we have the beautiful Bailey Elora here in studio. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. And your bandmates are here as well. Do you guys want to introduce each other and yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Freddy. I'm the lead guitarist for Bailey.
Okay.
And then I'm Isaac. I'm the rhythm guitarist and backup vocals for Bailey.
Awesome. Yeah. And I just discovered you guys are brothers.
Yeah, we are the Zamora brothers.
The Zamora brothers.
People know us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are in infamy through the world. Everyone knows the Zamora brothers.
It's kind of how everybody presents us, so people just know us as the Zamora brothers now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, it's pretty cool that you play together. Can you just look at each other and know where you're at? And that's probably a pretty cool connection.
I think it's gotten to a point where I don't even have to look at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're like, brother, I'm just feeling you at this point.
Yeah, it's beyond the looks now.
Yeah, it's
you just get
straight sound and annoying.
It's really funny to see, especially at practice when we're trying to figure stuff out. Because sometimes, like, we'll tell each other in the band, be like, hey, that was wrong. And with them, they just, like, kind of like do a little eye look at each other, and then they're like, oh, I got it, we're good, we fixed it.
Nice. Well done. Well, very
it's like
cool.
Telepathy or something.
Very nice.
It is at this point kind of like telepathy. You're not wrong.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I mean, we've had your amazing music in our rotation for a little while, and we actually got to see you perform live at the Roxy off of Broadway a couple of weeks ago, which was absolutely amazing.
Great show.
That was a really great show.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. And what was really cool is you guys have this threesome here that you guys do, and then you have the full alt rock band going on. Did it all start that way?
So this will basically be getting into how the band came to be. It started off as me and my bass player Jeff, but Jeff was my guitarist at the time. And so we played together for a while, and then Jeff had to go out of town for something, and so I was doing a gig and I needed a fill-in guitarist. So we pulled in Freddie. Okay. And then we brought Freddie in with Jeff. And then we were like, well, we need drums. And so Isaac was like, I want to play drums. I'll play drums in the band. And so we brought Isaac in. Okay. And then when I released my EP back in, I think, early 2020, right before the whole world shut down, we brought James, our current drummer, in to play for 2 of the songs so Isaac could switch up to guitar with Freddie. And then we got the photos back, and we were like, Isaac looks so happy playing the guitar. We'll just keep him there. And then we became a 5-piece.
Nice. That was really cool. It's very rare to see that, to watch the acoustic and then have the full band. I really liked that format. That was really cool to watch.
It's a favorite of mine, honestly, to do our little trio sets, because the broken down versions of our songs are so different from the full band versions, just in vibe wise. But also it means we can play more places. Yeah. Because some places are like, we're not going to have a full band with a full drum set. And we're loud as a full band. Like, we're a lot. So the trio, they're like, okay, we can have that in, restaurants and stuff and hotels. That's and they're cool with that. Then not so much with the full set of drums.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, it's good to be very versatile. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's honestly really rare. If you have a singer-songwriter and they need a full band, it's like, oh, what do I do now? So it's good to be versatile. And so how long have you guys, I know it was progressive, but you were with different people kind of leading up. And I kind of want to start at the beginning, if you would. Even little kiddo, did you know that you wanted to be a singer early on?
My entire life. So I've been singing since birth, basically. And so I didn't start doing it till I guess, a professional level until I was like, I think when I was 8, I was a part of like a children's choir for a show of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat up at UNC.
Oh, wow.
And then like from there, I was just like, I'm doing music. And my dad, who is already like kind of managing different like bands and things, he was like, yeah, let's do it. And so he had a lot of friends that were already in the music industry, and it made things really, really easy to like toe in. And so from there, I went into doing like voice lessons, and I became part of like a little youth band through the place I was doing voice lessons. And then I formed a band with some of the people from that original band. And then when that band ended, I started playing mainly just with Jeff. And then from there, we became this band.
Okay.
And then I know you guys were in a different band before this.
Yes, we were. We had a band of our own. Yeah, I haven't thought about that band in forever. But yeah, we were in a band that we had started, both my brother and I. At that time, we had like broken up the band, and Bailey needed someone to play with, and I was like, yeah, I have all this free time, so why not? And it was very interesting at first. I will say working with Bailey was not as easy as it looked like, maybe. But
there's a story. I like it.
He means not that I'm difficult.
No, not that she's.
No, I
did
am a little bit.
insinuate that she's difficult, but no, not that at all. It's more her. It's more the process we had.
My
like,
writing style
yeah.
is weird for someone coming off of like the normal writing style, where like you have like an instrument and you like put it all together. I write without one because I don't play an instrument. And so I start off with a weird little melody in my head, and then from there I go, hey Freddie, here you go, put this to actual instrument music. And then he's like, what is this timing?
I was gonna say, really, her songwriting, right? It's this. She sends me this like voice memo with this like super off time melody.
Oh yeah.
Right, that then I have to try to structure, and then it works though. Like it works, but
yeah, it does.
It is interesting.
It gives us interesting songs though, because like
it does. It gives
Come to the Water
phrasing.
never would have been written the way it was had I had to do it with an instrument, because kind of it keeps you where you have to follow those time signatures and things like that. Whereas like if you don't have an instrument, you're just doing whatever you want. And so that's why that one is in 2 different time signatures, correct?
Yeah, I think there's like 3 different time signatures in that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets funky.
I'm pretty sure that was the first song we started writing.
That is the first one.
Yeah.
One of the first we started writing. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't thought about that in a while.
Okay.
I remember because Jeff, I get so particular with my songs, because he's like, well, maybe get rid of this piece. And I'm like, no, that's my baby. I'm not getting rid of pieces of that. Especially just because I do a lot of like writing where it's like storytelling. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, I can't get rid of that piece because it'll screw up the storyline, and I can't do that. And so when we were writing that one, Jeff was like, well, maybe do this. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that, Jeff. And then like our outro bit on that song, that was all Jeff's idea, and I hated it. And now it's like one of my favorite bits, and I'm like, he was right.
Yeah. It's nice to have kind of that interjection, you know, because we can't always see or hear. I mean, I would have your problem for sure. I have that problem here. I'm like, here's the idea. You guys make it happen.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history, which is sometimes not always so the easiest way of doing it. But, you know.
No, I will say, like, Bailey's a genius when it comes to coming up with a melody, right? Like, I can play some of the weirdest stuff in progressions and timings and all these, like, weird chords behind her, and she'll come up with something to make it listenable, and like that's amazing in it of its own.
Listenable? That's good.
Yeah, because
they're all
sometimes
listenable.
it gets a little
okay.
Listenable.
Well,
They're
the way,
all
like,
fantastic.
Yeah,
I just turn them into a story. That's the difference.
No, you come up with really catchy melodies, which are easy to follow.
That's very good. I can tell you guys are very close.
Oh,
and we could hear and see that on stage too, which is good to be cohesive and be able to kind of poke each other when need be.
It's fun. There's a huge bromance going on that stage every time, and we've had to get so good at it where I just maneuver, because they'll just start going towards each other like like playing or singing at each other, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm in the way now. Okay. And so we've kind of learned how to just like slide past each other without me getting like decked in the face by the end of a guitar.
Okay.
I will say Jeff,
although that would be
a lot.
kind of funny to
Jeff
watch.
has almost gotten me a few times, and I've like barely missed it, like full on Matrix dodging the bullets. It's me just dodging the ends of instruments.
Nice.
It's
I
a
feel like
lot.
I've hit you in your arm so many
Oh
times.
yeah.
Because I'm always on that right side of you, so I feel like I've hit you the most for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Figuring out the maneuvers is, it's a part of just being up on stage.
We're mostly a well-oiled machine by now, but there's still accidents every so often.
Of course, that's life. That is just life. Well, I wanted to launch into our first song, and feel free, you can bring it up a little bit. Your microphone, if you're, you can adjust it a little bit if you want.
There we go.
So you're more
Cool.
comfy.
Yes.
Even more so. That's awesome. Be comfy.
Perfect.
Whatever your lungs need you to do, my dear. So the first one is Mean to You.
Yes.
And being a female, I need the backstory.
Oh, yeah. So all love to the man this song is about. He's a great guy. But the way that our relationship ended was very fast and I would say a little messy. So we broke up while we were on a trip together, like right before we were going home. And so then I had to ride with him in the Uber to the airport together. And then I had to let him buy me breakfast because he was paying for this trip and I had no money on me. And then I was just going to starve, by the way. I was like, I'm just not going to eat till I get to Denver. It'll be fine. And he was like, no, I got you. Because he's a nice guy. It just didn't end well. And then from there, we had to sit on the plane together the whole way home to officially break up in the Denver airport. And I feel like I was so nice to him, and I feel like I should have been mean. And so that's when I wrote this song like a week after we broke up, and I was like, I should have been mean. And I don't know if he feels the same way. I've never asked him about it because I don't want to know. You know, I don't want to hear it. I know I'm a little crazy. I don't need it retold to me, so I just ignore it, and we just go with the whole I should have been mean, and we leave it there.
Wow, it's usually the reverse, just saying, like, man, I handled that poorly. Like, it's
I
a
feel like I
match.
handled it very well. I don't know if he'll agree. I low-key want to ask him at some point, but I'm also like, I don't need that knowledge in my brain.
Okay. And you waited before you ate. See, I would make sure I had a full tummy, and I'm like, I want to make sure I'm good. So good for you to start and kind of be like, okay, it's really over, and it's worth me not eating. So, you know. Okay.
Yeah, it was a thing. But we got some good music out of it, which I like to say about all of my life stuff, that it's like, whether it's good or bad, I'm going to get a song out of it.
Exactly. So many songs are about relationships.
I never lose.
That is,
even if I'm miserable for a hot minute, I have a good song.
That is so true. Well,
and some of the greatest songs come from bad experiences.
Oh yeah.
So
breakups
perfect.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Any adjustments we need to make before you guys launch, or we good to go?
I think I'm all ready whenever they want to.
Okay. Well, this is "Mean to You" by Bailey Elora.
Back then I held it all in, didn't let my hurt make your world spin. You sat there talking devoid of emotion, I sat there crying because my devotion made your words ache so much. Is this how you treat somebody you love? Oh, your words ache so much. Is this how you treat somebody you love? I should have been mean to you, said all my things to you. Oh, what did I mean to you? How do you do you do? I should have been mean to you, gave you a bleeding heart too. I should have been mean to you. All of my pain is in italic, 'cause you always said I had a flair for dramatics. We were in love, now it's fire. Love will make you a martyr. I should have been mean to you, said all my things to you. Oh, what did I mean to you? How do you do what you do? I should have been mean to you, gave you a bleeding heart too. I should have been mean to you. I wish I never told you those things that I loved. Made it so you knew me and you said it was enough. You wanted vulnerable, I thought that I was. I just wasn't the kind of girl you wanted to love. I should have been mean to you, said all my things to you. Oh, what did I mean to you? How do you do what you do? I should have been mean to you, gave you a bleeding heart too. I should have been mean to you, mean to you, mean to you, mean to you. I should have been mean to you.
I love it. I'm the whole time I'm thinking I should have been nice to you.
I think that with other stuff, but I think this for that situation, I was like, yeah, I should have been mean.
Nice. Okay, a breakup that lasted, on the way home to an airport. That is pretty amazing. Wow. Well, that's such a beautiful song.
Thank
It
you.
is.
And was that after you guys broke up? Did that come to you pretty quick, or what
Yeah.
is? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that one.
It
was
came super fast.
like I wrote it in an hour and it was done.
I mean, most of our songs are written in less than an hour,
Recently
and then they're tweaked.
Let me take that back. Bailey comes up with her part in less than an hour.
Yeah.
It takes me like 2 weeks beforehand. I've
No,
been
no,
working
no,
on the
no,
song.
not always. a
Most
lot
of
of
the
our favorite songs at least have come really fast, and they get
They do.
the initial writing, and then we tweak them as we go.
Yeah.
This one, when I was writing, so I wrote it in my living room, just voice notes, and then I went to New Mexico because it was like a couple days after we broke up that I wrote the song, and then we went to New Mexico for like a week-long trip, and I met up with a songwriter friend, and we were working on music, and I was like, you know what, I have this thing that I started writing, and it was pretty much done, and then I just added like a bridge or whatever while we were there, and it just turned out so pretty. I was so proud of it. She goes by Elise. She's so talented, and so we wrote a couple songs together, but that one is just my favorite of the ones we've written. It's one of two that we play as a trio and a full band.
Very cool. Yeah, that's a beautiful song. For those just tuning in, we have Bailey Elora and her band here in studio. And if you want, she's all over. They're all over everywhere on every platform possible. But you can listen on Spotify. They also have their own Facebook page. And it's Bailey and it's Elora, Elora, if you want to check out the Facebook page. And for, I have to throw this out. I really like the main photo on the Facebook page. So for those of you that want to go check that out, it's very pretty.
And we have Freddy with a hat, lead guitarist right there. And I must say, the way you guys sing together, the harmonies, beautiful. Absolutely love it. So thank you. We also have Isaac on rhythm guitarist. So the brothers. Gotta love it.
More brothers.
Who are some of your influences kind of growing up? What did you listen to? Who inspired you?
I mean, my parents had such good music taste, in my opinion. But I think one of my biggest, just influences, at least songwriting-wise for sure, is Justin Furstenfeld from Blue October.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a line that it's my words, they pour like children to the playground. And that line has just stayed in my head for my whole life. And so every time I'm writing a song, I'm like, is it that cool? Is it that level of cool? And so it definitely does help me challenge myself. But I think currently a lot of my musical, like, just inspo, I love Halsey. I'm a diehard Halsey fan because she just jumps genres all the time, and I think she's fantastic. And then I've always really loved Nina Simone.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And we also recently, it was basically like a mini band field trip, basically. We all went to go see Avenged Sevenfold like a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, just about now,
last
are
year,
incredible.
Yeah,
What
that was
about
cool.
what about you guys? Because your guys' influences are a bit different than mine.
Yeah. I mean, clearly you can hear the Latin guitar. I mean, it's what everybody always tells us about our playing, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from this group, a Spanish rock band named Maná, right? Their lead guitarist, Sergio, he's always called to me, right? He plays classical guitar, and he kind of translates it into the electric guitar, and it's kind of where I've taken my guitar playing.
I think they were nominated for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then
they
they're going to be at Red Rocks soon.
Yeah, they will.
They will be.
They're coming
Yeah.
around. But yeah, they're one of my bigger influences when it comes to songwriting. When it comes to guitar playing, definitely, like you said, Avenged Sevenfold. Sinister Gates is a lead guitarist, has always just been an inspiration. I mean, dude's crazy. It's something else, man.
Nice.
And that's kind of where we want to get to.
Is
You
more,
know?
you want to be crazy?
We
Okay,
we want
I
to
like
get
it.
there.
Yeah,
For sure.
And then
Okay.
I think for me, it's been heavily influenced by Freddy and the way that he started playing
Aw, how
guitar,
cute.
right? So like,
feel so special now.
Yeah, but I'm saying it
Yeah,
in a
man.
way of like trying to compliment Freddie as much as I can, like because he's like a lead. Well, he's a lead guitarist, so I'm trying to like make him stand out, right? So
Yeah.
my influences really did come from Avenged Sevenfold and Pierce Savelle because he really takes a lot of influences from those lead guitarists from those bands, and I was like, as a rhythm guitarist, what can I do? Like these are the lead parts that he likes to do, so what can I do to help him stand out a little bit? And so for that reason, I would say like Avenged Sevenfold, Pierce Savelle has helped me out a lot to figure out my parts at least, and Jeff as well, because Jeff always pushes
Oh yeah,
me too.
Jeff is our ultimate musical influence. He's our bass player.
Yeah.
I call him Megamind because he just knows everything, and he is the reason we all have our stuff together during practice and shows and stuff.
Yeah,
especially-
he's the time master for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And then of course James, our drummer, because a band without a drummer is rough. Rough.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I know I struggle with timing, and so, I mean, yeah, my band is like some of my biggest musical influences right there.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
would
You're
definitely
with
say
the
for
You're
sure.
with the right people if you're saying that stuff. It's good. Yeah, you all literally have to support each other up there because you have to work as a unit and a team.
Yeah. Well, and people ask us a lot because they like with our shows, we're very lively as a full band. We're a little more demure when it's just us three, but as a full band, we're very lively, and people are like, "How do you guys just like? You guys look like you're having so much fun." And I'm like, "Well, we're all friends.
Yeah.
We all genuinely like each other." But also, there's just so much respect there, just as people and as musicians. Also, we're open lines of communication at all points because I've seen too many bands get ripped apart because people do not communicate well with each other. And so I feel like that's something that our band just really excels in. We're just like, we're really good friends, but there's also just so much respect.
Damn, and you're 25.
I'm 25, yeah. I know I'm getting up there in the
Oh,
years.
stop. Really? That's not where I was going.
I don't
with
know.
that at all.
I met some 22-year-olds at our show, and I was like, oh my God, they're babies. And my mom's like, you're 3 years old.
I know. I'm like,
Calm
no,
down.
you're so young. To figure out what you just said, I mean, I'm still figuring that out. Like, that's across the board with family, friends,
Yeah.
bands, everyone. If you can
I mean-
communicate effectively and respectfully,
I'm also in
That's-
therapy, so shout out to my various therapists over the years.
that is very helpful
But
too. If you
also,
have, that's a support system as well.
I think the fact that we've all been in bands before
Yeah.
and currently just because everyone else is in multiple bands except me at the moment at least. And so I think we've all just learned over time because we've experienced so many different band and like other musicians and just like organizations and things that we've just seen ways that don't work. And so we're like, we're going to make sure that we do work.
nice.
I think, I mean, it also helps that we just really love what we do.
Right, exactly.
sure.
That passion
Mhm.
right there.
I think another part of it that helps a lot too. I mean, we've all been playing together separately, but together. You know, like me and Freddie, like being brothers, we grew up playing together, and Jeff and James been playing together for like 30 years.
They've known each other their whole lives.
Yeah,
and then
same.
So
Jeff has known me since I was like 8, because one of my mom's really close friends is his sister. And so we've known him for years. And then my dad managed one of his other bands. So it's like we've just known everyone separately, cool. And then together. We've all known each other for so long. We just really mesh well. I've lucked out because I know so many people whose bands don't mesh the way they like. And they're like, how'd you do it? Luck.
Well, luck and skill and kind of finding what works. Yeah. And you guys have learned, obviously, along the way of what works and doesn't work. And you're like, we're going to make this work, and this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah, there's always been, like, an underlying, like, understanding that, like, we're here to play for Bailey. And I think as the musician part of it, the band part of it, it makes things really easy because we can... I don't know, at least for me, it feels like it takes the pressure off of, like, whenever I'm presenting something new to the band and everything, because at the end of the day, you know what, Bailey, you get to make the final decision, and it is not on me.
See, and I tried to get them to be like, we can do a band name. I was like, we can just go under a different name. And they're like, we don't want to be in the spotlight. Their whole thing is that when we're famous, we want to be able to go to Target still. They're like, you can get swarmed by people. And I'm like... Thanks. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. I'm kind of with the brothers on this one. I want to make the business go forward. I want no one to know me.
Exactly.
See, I got the lead singer syndrome. I want everybody to know who I am.
Bailey Elora and the Lights, boys and girls.
That's right.
Which you definitely
I would love that.
And Bailey, at 25, you're kind of on your way.
Exactly.
Fingers crossed.
The next song, let's talk about that one. Come to the Water. Grammy nominated.
No, so not quite.
Not quite.
So
considered.
It is such a weird process that you don't really get to know about until you do it. So we were in consideration for a nomination.
Okay.
Which is like still a big deal because there's a whole lot of processes you got to go through.
Yeah.
But like, so you have to get nominated. Someone has to nominate you, whatever. Have to submit your stuff. And it has to be someone who's part of the academy. And so each academy member, I think, has 5 slots that they can submit for. And a lot of academy members are musicians themselves. So they do end up submitting a lot of their own things. And so sometimes, like, we asked for a while because we knew about it and we kind of asked around. We were like, is anybody interested in maybe helping us submit our song? And for a while there, everyone's like, well, I don't have any more slots. I've already filled them with my stuff or my friend's stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like, I can't knock someone for hustling their own music, especially when it's good. And all of the musicians I know are so talented. But one of my friends, she ended up getting back to us and was like, hey, I have 1 slot left. It's yours if you want it. And we were like, let's do it. But here's the thing. Our song was not out yet. We had a whole plan for when I wanted to do a build-up to release the song, and then a build-up to release the video that went with it, and I wanted to do a whole thing. And then we were like, had 2 days where it was like, we have to have it submitted by Thursday. And we were like, whew, okay. And so we had to wrap it up, like upload it and everything. And so it was a lot. It was crazy, but it worked out really well. And I was like, it's not even going to make it past the first round because it's the whole where, like your real region or chapter or whatever. So it has to make it through to there to get onto the ballot. And then that ballot goes out and then people vote off of that. And it's like the whole like stepping stones kind of thing. And so we didn't make it past the getting a nomination to get a nomination. But it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's still a huge deal. And who, once you are considered for a nomination, who votes? Is it the people actually in the academy, or is it? Okay.
Yeah. So anyone. So you have to be involved in the academy in any way to be able to be involved in the process to submit or vote.
Okay, that is interesting to me.
It's weird. The Grammys are weird.
It is. Well, if you're already, I'm just going to say it because I have a voice. I'm sorry.
Let's hear it.
If you are in the academy, I would think you couldn't submit your own music. I mean, that is very, you'd always be in it, right?
Yeah.
So you're self-promoting all the time, which is, it's just an interesting dynamic.
It is.
Not to say I have no idea who's in it. I'm sure they're fabulous and great singers and all of that. But I would think that they would say, hey, you can submit once, and then the rest of the years you need to open it up to other people type of thing, just so it's fair.
Yeah. I think, like, I agree with that a little bit, but also, like, I think that's how a lot of smaller artists get in eventually. And so the industry is, like, such a weird thing that it's, like, there's so many, well, I don't know. And then you can't say a whole lot because it's, like, I'm in this industry and I don't want this to come back and bite me.
For sure. I'm not in the industry. I'm not a singer, so I have
I think there's the pros and cons to it of all, of all of it.
Of course. It's like that across the board with every industry. I know very little. I know nothing about the Grammys, really.
I do think people should be a little bit pickier with what they're submitting, because I know a few people that were submitting for stuff and I'm like, I don't think you're submitting to the right genre. And that confused me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, submit your stuff. Again, never gonna knock a musician or just an artist in general for hustling their music out there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe just pick your genres a little bit better, because I'm like, do you really think that is what that genre
is? Exactly.
I don't think so. But they're just so desperate to get in there that they kind of just submit everything.
Yeah.
See, I grew up, you probably don't know this, everything was in rock. And then you had blues and country, and everything was in there. So now there's like 100 different genres right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's insane.
Well, and I had no hope, because I was looking at the previous year who had gotten in for the alt rock category that we were going into, and they had I think it was Lana Del Rey and Paramore and Arctic Monkeys, and I was like, there's no way. And my dad's like, there's a way, and I'm like, no. But this was cool. I was like, this was cool, but there's no way.
Yes. Well, what made you decide Come to the Water to submit that song?
That was the most recent one that we had finished recording. But also just because I love that one so much. It was a labor of love. Like, it took a long time to get that one perfected. And then the recording process was super interesting, because we record with the Spot Studios up in Evergreen. They're fantastic. We love them. But we brought in Josh Lee, a violin player, to do some parts on there. And then we also just, like, with the kind of Latin flair guitar, and I wrote it based off of, like, mythology of, like, mermaids, which technically it's more sirens, but sirens are also technically feathered. Mythology's weird. I went with, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean version of, like, sirens that, like, seduce you into the depths of the water.
Okay. Little Peter Pan-esque going on. That's
yeah,
what's going
yeah,
on in
real,
my head.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the recording of it was really cool, because we were trying so hard to get that, like, enchanting feeling. And then we have the sounds of the waves in the song as well. And so recording it was just so wonderful. And it's one of my favorite songs that I wrote, just because the story-wise. And so it was the one I was most proud of.
Nice.
And I was like, this one is the most professional and beautiful one. And so I was like, I think this one would be received the best.
I love it. Well, that's a great reason to submit it. Yeah. Awesome. Well, this is Bailey Elora, and you all are going to sing Come to the Water.
Yes.
Never felt harder than for a man of the sea. Come join in my waters, no need to be. I am a beautiful monster. Love will not falter. I'll make you my sailor. Just listen to my song. Come to the water. It's where you just to be further. Come drown in my arms. Forgive me, Father, for the men I may bleed. I live and breathe water, seducer of the sea. I am Persephone's daughter, a purebred destroyer. I'll make you my sailor. Just listen to my song. Come to the water. It's where you belong. Just to be further. Come drown in my arms. No, I'm a killer, I know that it's true, but I won't rest until I own you. No, I'm a killer, I know that it's true, but I won't rest until I own you. No, I'm a killer, I know that it's true, but I won't rest until I own you. No, I'm a killer, I know that it's true, but I won't rest until I own you.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty.
I love you guys singing together. The harmonies. I love harmonies, though. I mean, you know, Beach Boys were my absolute number one. Like, I still can't sing along to some of their songs because it's just so weird. You guys complement each other so nicely.
Thank you. It's actually really funny. We found this out while recording. Actually, Come to the Water, I think we found it out.
It was when we were
Is
recording
that,
this one.
Yeah.
Isaac sounds exactly like a pitched down me. Like,
Okay.
exactly. Like,
Nice.
it's just me singing. So he does all of the harmonies now on, like, recording and everything.
Found this out thanks to Glenn at the
Oh,
Spot
yeah.
Studios because originally when we first wrote this song, I had no idea how to. I don't know. We had no backup vocals for this song, so I was like, okay, we don't know what to do. And Glenn, what he did was just after the first session with her scratch vocals, he just toned her voice down with like something on.
Yeah,
Ableton,
he'd create a
and-
harmony, and then
yeah.
we were listening to it, and we were like, that's Isaac.
Yeah.
That's just Isaac. And
That
so,
is amazing.
yeah.
It was. I mean, it is so beautifully put together, the entire thing. I mean, I was watching you guys play. I'm like, damn, these guys are talented. Like it's
Thank
very
you.
it's very cool. You all just have a very cool blend.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The guitar fans like fawn over Freddy for that song.
I can see why.
That
I mean,
guitar
that's
is
so
awesome.
that is a
Yeah.
sexy
It's
looking
beautiful.
thing. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, and
The
Freddy's
guitar
fully.
too, right?
Freddie has fully started embracing the rock star look with like his hat and his sunglasses
It
now,
is,
and so people come up to him
nice.
after shows and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Okay. Are you married? Single? Let's do this.
I'm currently single, actually. I just-
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, women. Here you go. I mean, if you want a kick-ass guitar player,
You got to get to a Bailey Elora show.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows, I mean, this is the show of all shows.
Oh yeah,
So it's in 10 days. So tell us what, right? Yeah, May 20th?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is happening on
So-
May 20th?
If you've ever been to Red Rocks, up at the top, basically, where all like the food and drinks are, They have a little space where they set up a stage for like summer shows. Not all of them, but for a few. And they'll have an artist just playing as like the in between opening acts and until the main act gets on stage. Well, we got a call or technically an email asking us to be their little in between band for I think the second night that Sting is up at Red Rocks, which is super cool because I mean it's Sting,
right?
But also it's the closest we've gotten to a Red Rocks show, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. I mean, every time, without exaggeration, when we have musicians here, we say, "What is the ultimate goal and the dream?" It's always Red Rocks.
Oh, it's always Red Rocks. Always Red Rocks.
This is a huge deal.
And it's super exciting
to you guys. This is
amazing.
amazing.
We did a few of these. They call them the pavilion gigs. We did a few of them last year because we got to do. What was it? Mount Joy. We had 30 Seconds to Mars. Who was the third one?
There was one more, and I can't remember it.
I'm forgetting. We did a few, and we did them like all in a row, so they were all very fast.
And these were all at the pavilion at Red
Rocks.
Yeah,
so up at the top area.
Cool.
And they were like, super fun. We loved them. And normally, like if there's openers, you play in between. You play before as people are walking in, and then you play in between people playing. But Sting doesn't have any openers from what we've seen at least, so we just get to be the opener.
That is awesome.
And also, we have prime real estate being right by the food.
Yeah, of course.
So,
everyone's going to see you.
Yeah, so it's super cool.
Nice.
We really enjoy it.
Yeah, those gigs are fun.
Yeah. And I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And you're at the top, so you see everything.
I can't even imagine.
There are rules, so we can't go down into the bowl because you get banned because they don't want you stealing seats from people that are paying for tickets, but we do get to see like one or two songs from the top to be like, I opened for them, and then we leave.
Yeah.
They don't give you tickets to see Sting?
No, which is fair.
Yeah, no, we don't get.
Oh, they don't give tickets for it. Which again, fair.
Okay.
Because have you tried to buy tickets to shows recently?
Oh man.
It's like fighting like for your life.
Yeah.
Fighting for your life. I
got
got tickets for Halsey at Red Rocks. Because I got tickets last time she was here. I had salmonella and I was stuck in the hospital. Like severe salmonella. And so I couldn't go, and I ended up having to give away my tickets. And so I was like, I have to go this time. And I normally get pre-sale tickets because they're cheaper or whatever. I could not get tickets. And so then I finally was like, okay, I'm doing the normal sale. My God.
Oh, yeah. Tooth and nail, baby.
Oh, my God.
Look out.
It is not for the faint of heart.
For sure. We're sneaking into a couple this summer, but it wasn't easy. You have to be like the pre-sale.
You have to be
still
there.
You're in the queue for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
the queues are the worst.
They are, and you're like, I'm 10,492.
So they have like
nice. They're like, you're in line.
Oh yeah. Well, they do dynamic pricing now, which is so rude. And so some artists will be like, oh yeah, I'm turning that off, but they can turn it off through Ticketmaster, but you don't turn it off through Access. So if your Ticketmaster ticket is a link to Access. Right. They can bypass that.
Oh, interesting.
And so that's how it was for Halsey because Red Rocks does Access. And so it was...
Thank you for that little tidbit.
Oh, yeah.
You have the inside scoop. I love it.
It riles me up because I'm like, I used to be able to see shows for like $25, $50 max.
Yeah. Man, you're not old enough to know this. So you talk about that. This was like
I've been going to concerts since I was young. I mean, okay, my bass player, Jeff, he's in another band, Cure for Pain. Isaac's now in that band too. Our drummer's also in that band. They play very rarely. They just had like their little reunion show, and now they're dipping out again. But they were my first concert, and it was in a mall, Hot Topic.
Oh, my
that
God,
was like
cool.
the width of this room.
Yeah. Oh,
and
I remember Hot Topic.
Full drum set.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first concert, and I was
play.
like 7 or 8.
Nice.
And so I've been going since then. So I got to experience a little bit of the cheap tickets, and then it was gone.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys are already playing at Red Rock, but I still have to ask, like, what's the ultimate goal?
I would just like to be able to pay my bills with music stuff. So I'm not really picky how.
Okay.
I would like to play Lollapalooza.
Okay.
Because I think that's one of the best music festivals.
Nice.
I so badly want to play Lollapalooza.
Okay, put it out there.
What is it for y'all?
Like you said, really just being able to dedicate full time to the music, not having to worry about where my rent is coming from, and I can just write music the whole time.
Be able to quit my job and just do this for a living would be, it's I guess the ultimate goal. Wherever it is, Red Rocks would be dope. I mean, wherever it is, as long as I'm able to do this as a living.
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to make Bailey blow up, and then she becomes everybody's sugar mama.
Yeah, so she becomes a band's sugar mama.
I like it. Okay, well, what are the steps from the pavilion to being the headliner at Red Rocks? Make it happen. Let's formulate the plan in the next 2 minutes.
I have honestly no idea. You gotta have such a big fan base, and while we do have fans, it's so hard to get people to show up for concerts because again, they're expensive. It's a lot because you're paying for parking, and then you're paying for the ticket, and then you're paying for your drinks and your food, and then like gas, and I get it. It's a lot, so it's harder to incentivize people to come out to your shows. But we're slowly growing.
That is
slowly
true.
growing.
I mean, the Grammy world now knows about you. Red Rocks knows about you.
Yeah.
Sting, you better be watching Sting.
Yeah, be like, if we sing loud enough, can you hear us?
Exactly.
So
you
it's
need
like
that one
you just need someone who's already at a place where they're comfortable to be willing to help you. And sadly, that is not a thing that happens very often because people are so stingy with just being kind to fellow artists, which I think we pride ourselves on the fact that like if you want to know how I got a gig, I will lay it out for you, A to Z, everything we did. Like I don't care. And there's so many like artists in Denver, just in general. I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to start that. But I know plenty that are like, oh well, I don't know, a friend of mine gave me the contact, and then I'll talk to somebody else, and they'll be like, no. That's not how you get those gigs. This is how you get those gigs. Yeah. And so it's like so weird that people like gatekeep. So I'm like, we're all artists struggling. I feel like you got to help each other.
I totally agree. Well, we're going to give you a bigger community because we have 150 in our rotation, and I love all of them. And all of them are very collaborative and want to help. I mean, last night we were at a concert with 4 of them. And we had other musicians that are there, and it's all like, how do I play at this venue? And it's like, oh, go talk to this person, let's make it happen.
Oh yeah, I love artists that have that same kind of energy.
Yeah.
Sure.
We also really like to work with venues that have that kind of energy. And recently, like our most recent show, we were at Bar 404. They are incredible.
Okay.
They are so wonderful, and they treat their bands and just artists that come through so well, and their food's good.
Nice. Where is Bar 404?
South Broadway.
Yeah, off of Broadway and 4th.
Cool.
Yeah, look at Isaac. I don't drive, so I'm just like, it's here.
So not only are they bandmates, they're your chauffeurs. I love this.
No. That's reserved for the dadager.
Yeah.
Oh,
the dadager.
The dadager.
Yeah.
That's what
Man, you have a swanky life at 25.
Oh, yeah.
I must say.
It's so great.
It's so great.
I love it. But yeah.
Nice.
Bar 404, we definitely, like, I recently was talking with them, the owners, and about how we try and, like, do shows, like, we like to do shows where it's, like, a just full-on even split for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're headlining or if you're opening or whatever, you're going to make the same amount as everybody else, just because I feel like show's a little bit more of a community thing. And we were talking with them, and they're like, yeah, that's great. We love doing that. We think that's fantastic. And they are just so wonderful.
Nice.
They're so wonderful. I can't talk enough about them, to be honest.
That is, well, I love it. When you find those good people and good venues, hang on to them. Yeah. And there are definitely more out there, I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, our experience has been nothing but positive.
I feel like I definitely just, like, talk down, everyone gatekeeps. Denver is wonderful. I will say there's so many people that are so helpful. I mean, the whole Grammy thing was purely because we had a friend that was like, I'm going to help you. So I don't want to sound like I'm,
of course.
shitting on everybody else. But
again, it's across the board. You find people who are going to collaborate, and then you're going to build each other up. So
it's definitely a give and take. Yeah.
Of course. Well, I want to make sure we get to this last one, Love Like This.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about this song.
Okay, so Love Like This, we wrote it in my bedroom, just chilling during a songwriting session pretty early into the band.
This was also one of those first ones.
Yeah, this is one of the first ones we wrote with Isaac.
We recorded it as well.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah, this was the first one we recorded. Love Like This was the first one with Spot Studios.
Yeah, it was the first one.
It was the first one.
It was this one, and then it was Coming to the Water.
Nope. The manager's saying no.
I promise you.
Drunk Right Now was the first one. Okay, I knew. Yep. Okay, I knew that.
I thought Drunk Right Now was the second one.
Yeah, I thought it was the second one we finished.
I don't know. It was one of the first ones, but
it gets confusing when you're drunk. Period. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know.
I love band discussions.
Yeah,
They're
none of
funny to
of
me.
us remember anything the same.
Okay.
But Love Like This is basically like it's the whole asking the question like, do I deserve to be treated like this? And like the answer for it is no, you don't deserve to be treated badly. And so that's what this song is. It's like, hey, do I deserve to be treated this terrible way that you're treating me? And it's the asking the question. And so I always tell the crowd, I'm like, no, you don't deserve to be treated like that. You deserve to be treated like a princess, okay?
Nice. Is this about the same ex from Mean
Oh,
Street?
no, this one wasn't about anybody.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I hadn't written a song. Like, I, for a long time, was like, I don't want to write a song about someone because that just gives too much weight onto someone to be like, oh, this song's about me. And then I went through my first big breakup, and I was like,
Guess what?
yeah.
Nice.
But this one was just something I wrote just because I do a lot of storyline kind of things with my songwriting. And so this one, I was like, I think I'd watched some sad rom-com movie or something. And I was like, I'm going to write this song. And then we finished it up as a full thing. And it just turned out so pretty.
Nice. Well, this is amazing.
And I gotta say on a personal level, so, you know, when your songs came through and everybody kind of reviews them, this was my favorite of yours.
Thank you.
I loved this song. Love it. So I'm looking forward to this.
All right. Well, we're going to hear Bailey Elora with Love Like This.
You taunt me, saying I can't take the heat, but nothing about you feels warm to me. And you never hit me with your fists, but that don't mean there aren't bruises. Do I wanna love like this? Do I wanna love like this? You're not lying, you insist, but I'm not that ignorant. See, you've been talking in your sleep, despite the fact that you're holding me. Do I wanna love like this? Do I wanna love like this? Your ghosts are knocking at my door, saying I shouldn't want you no more. But I'm a sucker for your kiss. Doesn't matter if it's poisonous. Sometimes I wonder if it was all the lie. When you think about me, do you get twisted up inside? I wasted so much time on a pretty maybe. How was I so blind to all your tendencies? Is this the kind of love I want? Is this the kind of love I deserve?
Nice. That one is so pretty. Man, you all just nail it. It's so perfect, like all around.
Thank you.
That's really hard to find, that cohesiveness. And you guys nail it, truly. That's really pretty to listen to.
You could really see them mentally together when we were at Roxy on Broadway.
Exactly. Even like just watching them. I mean, you all are taking cues in the moment from each other, which is like, it just goes back to how well you know each other. That's unbelievable. Man, all right, people, take them for an example. This should be the gold star.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you guys. Please come back for sure.
Of course.
I know May 20th is a really big deal at the Red Rocks, and it's sold out, right? Is it a sold out concert?
Yes, that night is. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry those that are listening now. You're gonna have to go on Spotify and on Facebook.
Well, no, you're just gonna have to catch them here in the city, not spend hundreds of dollars.
We try to keep our ticket prices pretty cheap.
And that's one of my biggest things where I love going out. You know, I mean, we come across so many wonderful artists, you know, and it's great that I've had people come up to me and it's just like, thank you, because you can go see these shows for, if not free, $10, $20, you know, and that's where it's at right there.
That is where
Oh, yeah. And the local music scene is just killer.
Yes.
So much talent.
I agree.
We agree for sure. So, well, May 20th, you'll be at the Pavilion at Red Rocks. And Denver Arts Society. Am I saying that right? It will come up in August.
Yeah.
You guys, it sounds like, have been there for at least 5 years going strong.
First Friday in August, we'll be playing there again. We played last August first Friday because they close down the street normally in August. So people can have full reign of the street, which is really nice because then you don't have to jam yourselves onto the little sidewalks. But yeah, we enjoy doing those shows. We work with Sonny.
Yeah, shout out Sonny.
Shout out Sonny, man.
He's incredible.
Great guy.
He's so cool. I've known him since me and Freddy. I had Freddy as just my only guitarist for a hot minute, for a few little shows. And we did a show there for our fellowship something or other through Youth on Record. We're doing our big showcase. There we go, showcase. And so Freddie was my guitarist for that. And we met Sonny through that. And I guess we impressed him enough with our professionalism. He was like, you guys can come back anytime you want. And he's stuck to it.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, nice. Well, thank you for shouting out Youth on Record as well. We had them in for an interview a couple weeks back, and they're a great organization.
Wonderful organization.
Yeah, we see. So, I mean, it's helpful to get people that are getting into the industry, because it's a very cutthroat, very hard industry. I mean, anything arts, music related is so tough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, out of the 150 we have in rotation, I think 3 or 4 of them actually do this full time. Is that accurate?
I'd say a handful, yeah.
It's hard.
A lot of other ones, they have their full-time jobs, and this is their passion that they do.
Yes, but it takes that one person and that one moment for someone to hear you or see you or reach out their hand. So,
right person.
man, I know. I'm hoping someone saw this today and that's them.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, book us.
But exactly. So, okay, for those that want to book you, where do they go?
So our email normally is the easiest way to reach us, just because the manager and I have access to that, but also social media. Just send us a little message.
On Facebook, Bailey Elora.
Yep, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, we just got a gig through TikTok today, so that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
I've never had somebody contact me for a gig through TikTok, and so that was the first. But yeah, you just one of either the Bailey Elora social medias, which is all me, or if you can find theirs, I tag them and everything, but if you can find theirs, you can message the guys as well.
Okay, the Zamora Brothers. And what is the best email address to get in touch?
So it's BaileyEloraMusic@gmail.com.
Okay, awesome to book you guys. And I know we're we didn't even get to half these questions.
I'm chatty. I'm sorry.
That's why they need to come in again.
I know you will come in again, but I mean, are you writing? What's in the next couple months, 6 months, 2 years?
We're recording.
You are
studio.
Yes.
We'll have
Nice.
some new songs for you guys this
Yay.
year.
Yeah.
Songs that we perform live only will finally be recorded. Some of our favorite songs that we've written together as a band finally getting recorded. So
this current one will be recording just after 4th of July. What a way to celebrate independence than with a song about my my health. It's about my terrible physical health, and so It's one of the band favorites.
Yes, it's my favorite to play actually to perform with the full band.
It's a double titled song because it's got a few cuss words in it. Because if you're angry at your body, there's some cuss words being thrown around.
If you're just angry, period.
Oh
there's
yeah,
cuss words going.
yeah. So we have two versions of the title. For when we do some we just played in my old high school, and we had to bleep a lot of stuff for that, and so we've got the two alternate titles. But that one is my body's a B word.
So you can say it. We're not
perfect. My body's a bitch.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Full rain.
So yeah.
Full
So
rain.
we call it
Let's
I don't
rock.
mean to
Drop the
bite.
mic.
Yep.
For the more family friendly crowds, it's I don't mean to bite, but we're gonna be recording My Body's a Bitch.
Cool. Okay, can I ask
super
a
fun.
request? Can you guys sing that the next time you come in?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would
Hopefully
love
we'll
to
be
hear it.
promoting it and everything by then.
That
Fingers
would be
crossed.
amazing. So recording July of that one, and sounds
Yeah.
like a couple more.
Yes.
In studio. This is amazing. I'm so excited. You guys have new fresh ones coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
Very
excited
cool.
for that. I think definitely that's our biggest goal is just recording and getting our music out there now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
record and putting it out.
Keep it coming. Keep it
Yeah.
fresh. Well, thank you guys so
Yes,
much
thank
for
you so
coming.
much for having us.
Absolutely. Come again, maybe July, August, September, somewhere in there.
Yes. Whenever
so
you
we
want
can
us, we'll be here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm chatty.
I
I will
know.
always take an opportunity to
It's-
chat.
Thank you for doing that. It's amazing to have people, and it's great to hear you perform live. I know it's when our viewers they love that they get their own personal little concert, and we get the front row.
These are some
Sting,
of our
you
favorite
can
things
suck
to
it.
do. So
This is very cool. Well, thank you, the three of you, for
yeah,
coming
thank you
in.
so much for having us.
Bailey, Freddy,
yes.
Isaac, absolutely wonderful.
It's awesome. So this has been Bailey Elora, and you can find her on Facebook, all over social media. Go on and book her, which is amazing. I mean, they're opening for Sting, for crying out loud, at Red Rocks. Like, how sick is that? These guys are off the chain. So if you want an amazing group and so cohesive, all around, just absolutely amazing. And yeah, the next time we're in, we'll dive into just more awesomeness. So thank you again for tuning in, listening to K4CO Radio.
Yeah, and if you tuned in a little bit later on, do know that this performance and interview will be on our social media platforms for another month and on YouTube forever. So all the other platforms kind of kick off after a month. I don't know why, but definitely subscribe and check it out. The entire interview. Just wonderful having you guys in.
Yeah, thank you so
thanks
much.
for having us.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been another interview and live performance on K4CO Radio. We wish you a wonderful Saturday, and we'll get back to our regular scheduled program. Bailey Elora, take care.